thought the reason why you had to go in a little later was probably because you take forever getting ready.
Wow. I don't know. For some reason, I feel attacked.
Sunday wind down, Idah with the voice on the speaker, Sunny on the mic and it's all round. Conversations are bigger, so fill my cup, fill my cup. I'm already tuned in all the way up, all the way up. I can't stop listening now.
What's poppin'? Welcome to the Sunday Wind Down podcast. I'm your girl, Idah Alicia.
And I am DJ Sunny Sistuki.
We have a TikTok. We've been seeing the love you're showing on TikTok. Thank you. Thank you.
I think this is the 8th episode of this season.
It
if
is?
I'm not mistaken. I might be wrong.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not counting for sure. I'm just vibing. I'm going with the vibes and inshallah. But it's been a great time so far.
Yeah?
And yeah, of course it's been
Speaking
great.
of vibing, I think I saw you vibing quite heavy this past weekend.
Hey, yo. It was a good time. It was a good time. Yo, I got to see Burna Boy perform on stage.
In Raleigh.
In Raleigh, North Carolina. Yo, that was big. I feel like okay, so if you don't know what we're talking about, there was the Dreamville Festival this past weekend.
Yep.
And it's in Raleigh, North Carolina. That's where we are. That's where we record this podcast from. And yeah, it was a big deal for us. Raleigh is quite small, if you ask me, Sunny.
Compared to other cities, yes.
Compared to other capital cities, in fact.
Yeah.
Sindio. Yeah, Raleigh is it's a smaller capital city, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
Well, and most capital cities are not big because a lot of times you think something
bigger
is a
the
capital.
city.
Yeah. But for Raleigh to have a festival, a 2-day festival,
right,
and have close to 100,000 people in attendance.
Close to? I feel like it superseded that number.
Tickets were sold out weeks before the festival.
Oh, yeah.
This was the 3rd annual Dreamville Festival. For those of you that don't know about it, it's been put together by J. Cole, the hip hop artist.
Yes, who is a North Carolina native.
Yes, and that's why he's doing it in Raleigh.
Right, I love that. Yeah. I truly love that. And him going as far as bringing such an icon, an African icon, and now an icon to the world, Burna Boy. You know, he said Afrobeat is trending. Afrobeat it's showing its place in the map, you know? I got to recognize and bring these people and just enjoy and vibe. And it was such a good time. Burna Boy delivered.
Oh, yeah? So I watched it on TV. I didn't make it to the festival.
I know. We missed you so much, but we represented. Thank you. Badly.
They had to implement Afrobeat, I feel like, because that is definitely the new wave of music.
Right.
I mean, Afrobeat performances were at the NBA All-Stars.
Yes.
So, and other than Burna Boy, we also had Ira Star perform on that day.
It was beautiful. I didn't get to see her on stage. I also watched her on TV just because it was too early, and you know.
Yeah.
So I couldn't hang for 2 days like that. I couldn't hang, so I had to go in a little later. That's why we missed Ira Star.
I thought the reason why you had to go in a little later was probably because you take forever getting ready.
Wow. I don't know. For some reason, I feel attacked.
It's not an attack.
Sunny, I didn't even get you late. It's not like I got you.
No, I wasn't going, so it didn't matter.
See, that's what I'm saying. I didn't even get you late at I delayed us, so you're feeling some type of way. It's just
it's not about feeling any type of way. It is just a fact that you take forever to get. In fact,
so me personally.
No, let me rephrase that statement.
Okay.
Your species, your gender.
Not species. I nearly done spat my wine out.
Your gender takes forever to get ready, yo.
I don't feel like it's all of us.
Most.
But what is forever to take ready?
Huh?
What is forever to do what? If it's time wise, I get to places on time. If we're just going to hang, of course we'll dilly dally. But like I'm not
asking about getting somewhere on time. I'm talking about how long out of 24 hours in a day, if there's a day that you're supposed to go out, like cancel 4 hours in that day. Cancel them.
So what you're saying is men don't take nearly as much time.
Nothing.
Have you met these men who have a skincare routine? So I'm telling you, there's men. Okay, well, it's very. I can't argue this point.
Okay, hold on. Men have a skin. You know what? I have not met men with a skincare routine, but you seem to know more about them. Please enlighten me.
Do you remember when I said that's why you don't have any friends? That's why you don't know how to do it. What the hell? But yes, I know men who have a skincare routine. Like they'll do that and then they'll put like gel on their hair, whatever the fuck they put. Do you put gel on your hair?
Go ahead. I'm gonna let you finish. I'll let you finish first.
Yeah, and then they do the durag, and so they gotta be doing this face while this durag is drying or whatever the hell they do over there. But back to my question: do you put gel in your hair?
I don't put gel in my hair.
Are you sure?
I do put product in my hair though.
What
It's
kind
not
of
gel.
product?
It's not gel.
Pre-poo and conditioner.
No. It's called some sort of a.
No, you don't have to be advising
I'm
them
trying
here.
to think of what it is
What
exactly
I'm saying
called,
is, when you're at the club the other night and you told me bring me something for my hair and a comb, I brought you Eco Styler gel, baby, and you put that on your hair.
Yeah, because
so don't
my hair
come here
was going all
for
crazy
slander.
stupid because I had been busy all day and I was at the club with my hair looking all crazy,
Yo.
sweaty, stupid, right? So I knew you were coming, so I asked you to bring me something to hold my hair and a comb.
And I break the news today that it was Eco Styler gel. You can be sitting here saying, I don't put gel in my hair. Bro, you did that day. You
If
don't know
that's
what I
was
gave you.
If that's what was available, I used it. But I was in the bathroom
screaming.
for like 30 seconds putting that shit on my hair.
Well, sounded like longer to me. If you ask me. So I don't know why you're telling me that girls take long. You have your little things too that you take long with. I have no idea
Like
what that
what?
could be.
Okay. What
Absolutely.
What little things?
Because
do we
even
take
the
long
one
with?
I thought about. Don't take that long anyway.
Clearly, you've been hanging around men with skincare routines for too long.
I was screaming. Oh my god. Okay, but yeah, so anyway, like, it's not really a gender thing. I feel like it's more personality.
No, I think it's a gender thing.
It's not.
It is.
Okay, well, there's girls who don't put makeup on. If you are listening to this, please write on the comment section if you don't take 2 hours
for
like me
girls
to get
who
ready.
don't put makeup on, then they will take forever picking an outfit.
Even men take forever picking out an outfit.
No.
Yeah, you just said you don't know men that do that. I'm telling you, I have encountered friends that do that.
Okay.
Believe it or not.
You may have if it's not makeup, then it's picking an outfit. If it's not picking an outfit, then it's something else. It's getting the hair done. I'm telling you, it has to be something. It's either hair,
No,
it's either
I
makeup,
agree.
it's either
Fine.
something.
Okay, and then
Okay. My point is, it's a gender thing.
Sunny, I really don't agree, but okay, sure.
Okay, what are some other things that are gender-like? Oh, not gender-like. Hey, I'm using language that doesn't even make sense. What are some other differences between the two genders other than just that? Because today's world seems to think that whatever you can do, I can do better, you know? Or we can...
So triggered. Wow, what was the sound? What was that sound? Even the accent was different. Wow.
Isn't it a song or some sort that does that?
Well, you're the DJ. Maybe I haven't heard
Anyway,
it.
so today's world is all about we can do the same thing in the same amount of time, which I'm all for equality, but there are some strong differences between the genders.
And I can't fight you. Yes, we have strong differences. Like, we use common sense more than men do. That's one.
So another big difference between the two genders is this talking down that the other gender does to this gender.
You know, I feel like one of these things also could be like not accepting criticism and everything that is brought your way. You're thinking,
Defensive.
oh, I'm being criticized, so I'm so defensive. So that's another thing, another
feel
gender
like
that's not mine.
Men are a little more defensive than women.
No, that's not accurate. I was just shooting shots at you, back at you. You know, I don't go down without a fight.
Another thing, right? So
I don't
for
think.
example,
Wait, no. To that question, I don't think so. But I feel like that's a personality thing. Yeah, it's not gender thing.
there's another thing. I think women are more sensitive
For sure.
than men.
Personality again.
Okay, but still a fact. Like we talked in the last podcast, and in the last podcast, for those of you that haven't tuned in, check out the episode right before this one, where we discussed how I get over things so quickly, and Idah doesn't get over things that fast.
Wait, specify. Please
Okay.
specify.
When someone has hurt you, or when someone has done
Mostly
you wrong,
yeah.
or stuff like that, or when your perception of someone doing you wrong, because we also mentioned expectations.
No, there's just clear wrong.
Okay.
There's no
So when someone has clear wronged you,
clearly wronged you.
Idah had said that she would not, to summarize, she would not tolerate this person anymore.
No, to some extent.
To some extent, like she would not go like interact much with this person.
Interact at all. If I don't have to, I won't. And let's just clarify. We talked about this person having being a friend and having a partner of the same behavior. Okay, say maybe you disappointed me the first time.
Okay, so not like to replay last week's podcast all over again, but
yeah, go watch it so you get the context. But yeah, go ahead.
And then we talked about me being able to get over this and being able to interact with this person later on, but just not giving my all to them.
Now, I feel like that is mostly the way your brain works. If you're gonna put it on gender, I think it's the way you guys' brain works. So men's brain, and I'm no scientist, but I read a little. Men's brains like you're able to compartmentalize things, and so you are able to put this glass and say this is for friendship. And then there's a glass for
business.
Yes, there's that. This is for business. And then there's a glass for this person hurt me, but let me put them in this recycle bin. You know what I'm saying? But and it's just very loose terms here. Women, on the other hand, because again, as you had very unsolicitedly put it earlier here, that we are more sensitive than men. Because of that fact, I want to say yes. Our emotions are tied to our brain a lot more than I feel like men's are. So everything I do or say comes from a particular emotion. That's why women say he made me feel like, he made me like. Sometimes it was not your intention to make me feel disrespected, but the way you said something to me, I'm like, no, but Sunny, you made me feel, even if we're not close to a point that your opinion should matter.
So is it fair to say that for men, it's more about you did XYZ, and for women it's more about you made me feel XYZ?
And again, for this purpose of this argument, yes.
Okay.
And I'm not
it's
saying
not
it's
an
universal.
Argument, it's a discussion.
Okay,
now see the woman has made it an argument,
perception.
and we're having a discussion.
It's a perception. No, but I'm saying again, I feel like it's broader. Yes, women do share these qualities. We do share this.
So everything in your mind is connected to the other.
Yeah, it looks like when we have so many wires interconnected, like come on, in a KPLC.
Yeah.
Like I just imagine their wires are just so many, green, purple, yellow, like
so is that why, in your humble opinion,
wow,
like women will dig up old shit and bring it back?
I feel like that's
Probably.
true. That is a little accurate. And I feel. You pick it up. I feel like that's a little accurate.
So we have to. So if as a man, to appeal more to a woman's softer side, we need to be considerate of a woman's feelings.
You've never said anything so profound in your life. That's very brilliant.
Yeah?
We need to just cut that part and put it on a billboard, because what? But this is what I'm also saying. You should see his
Allow
face.
me to gloat for 2 seconds.
Okay,
but
cool.
Let's go.
Cheers.
Yeah.
This is why I'm also saying, a lot of the times when I come to you, and I don't mean me to you personally, a woman to a man, and maybe we have some sort of friendship or even in a relationship, and I come and say, man, these people at work did this and this and this, and then this guy said this and it made me feel angry. You know what you start to do, even just without you really knowing? You start overanalyzing. You're like, so you did this, you could have done that. You're already like starting to solve my problems, because men have a very logical, is it logical a word? Logical way of thinking. And women have such an emotional way of thinking. And so sometimes I'm just coming to you to vent, but you're already thinking, let me fix this problem. Like if I call you, I call you a lot for small computer stuff. Like I'll call you like, Sunny, this is, even before I finish, you're like, okay, did you're already calculating a solution.
Which is true.
And men do that even in real life situations, not just like problem areas.
Yeah, because it reminds me of when June wanted to buy a car. We were going to get June a car. And I'm thinking of all the practical ways of this car. Number one, is it going to be like, how is the power in it, the mileage in it, is it comfortable?
Right.
Does it have a good sound system? Does it have navigation? Does it
Backup
all-wheel drive
camera,
or not? Is it safe for her or not?
Right.
All she wanted was a black Mercedes with red leather.
Yeah.
Nothing else mattered.
Oh yeah, that's a few cars back.
Yeah, a few cars
I
back.
remember it. Yeah, she's just like, I want it to look like this, and then it's like, the fuel. She's like, I don't know, I don't care.
Yeah.
I just
I
and you
could
see,
have-
and that way she was happier that way.
So
I
how
mean, you did.
emotionally, she was like all about that.
What was going to excite her was just that.
That, yeah.
You could have bought a 6-cylinder, no, even an 8 that just sounds so marvelous to you. Could have been purple, could have had red seats, but still she would have had the best sound, but would have been hung up on the fact that it's purple, it's not black outside.
Anyway.
And you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Our emotions connect to almost 100% of the things that we do. So with that being said, like, you men out there should think that we always 99.9% of the time come from an emotional place.
Yeah.
You know, like when I'm telling a story, I'm so animated when I'm like, oh, and then I stood, like, all those emotions are what makes that happen. Because men are just like, yeah.
So-
and then we drove the car and then we got home.
There's this, so I DJ a lot of weddings.
Yeah.
And what I've come to see also is like the women pay a lot of attention to these details that honestly to me just seem like minute
Wow.
nothingness.
And you are detail oriented. I wonder why you think
I am
this is
very detailed, but
minute.
not details in terms of putting together the project. I'll
Okay.
give an example. An example is a couple has decided to get married.
Okay.
And they have bridesmaids and they have groomsmen. You know what the bride will do? The bride will put together these great boxes
Right.
with these gifts in them, and they'll write them a card. Will you be my bridesmaid?
Yeah.
And they'll do a whole shebang.
As
about,
it should be.
You know. And a guy is gonna call his boys up and be like, "Hey yo, I'm getting married on next.
What you guys doing 2 weeks from now?"
I'm getting married next year in January. And I think the date is.
You wanna
14th. I need some
Just
groomsmen.
join
Are you
us.
down?
It's like there'll be drinks. They're like, oh, I'm down. I'm
Yeah,
down, I'm
yeah.
down.
You
That's
know-
so interesting. Yes, I feel like yes to that. Also, just like a wedding is just such a bigger deal to a girl, because I mean,
it should be a big deal. I mean, it's a big deal for a guy as well, because at the end of the day, you're both making a commitment to
the
each other.
marriage is a big deal to both of them.
Not
The
the
wedding,
wedding.
yeah, the wedding ends up being a woman's thing more. And I think it's also because the way we grew up, they showed us Disney princess, and for us to live a good life, we had to have a happily ever after we get married. There's no movie that ended like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that was very common in our growing up.
Oh, the movies you all watch, those Lifetime things.
Not movies, even cartoons,
Oh, yeah.
Cinderella, Sleeping Beauty. Like, a prince had to come save you. And I like that because we have that, we've experienced it. But again, I like this new Gen Z gang. These people don't give a shit. You know what I'm saying? They're like, yeah, so after I get to 30, I'm just gonna freeze my eggs. Like, they have a whole plan. They don't care about what society had told them at this age a woman should, or a man should, or however you identify should. You know what I'm saying? So that is mostly what happens there.
Interesting. Now, I'm trying to think of what else is different.
Let me tell you what else is different. In this dating scene now, I've been seeing this thing trending, yeah? And people are like, mostly these men with podcasts. And don't get me wrong, when COVID hit...
Hold on. We'll get back to this in just a second. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a quick commercial break.
tuongee nyuma ya tent. Because what the hell?
Wait, so now Idah is suddenly going against men
No.
in podcasts, and here I am, a man, doing a podcast with her. With her.
No.
Okay, wait, what were you saying? Can we go back to what you were saying? Sorry.
Well, we're gonna gather myself together.
Well, she gathers herself.
That was funny.
So Idah said,
But I didn't sweat.
in this, let me give in this dating scene today, I am at least 10 or so years past today's dating scene, so I have to play catch up on since I'm not in the dating scene,
So
and I'm not
let me-
dating.
Let me educate you.
Please.
Let me upgrade you. Okay. So first of all, let me clarify. I meant when
Yeah, tell me about the because we started our podcast during COVID. It was, there's a man on this podcast. So I feel
I
like
need to use the bathroom.
I feel like she's throwing jabs on me now, and and I feel some type of way about this.
Wow. Ooh, sorry, please just give me a moment. I swear I'm going to explain. Wow. All of a sudden it's so hot. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm always hot. But okay. It's what I was saying. And I wanted to say, I don't know how to set this up, Sunny, because now you're breaking down every word. Just give me a chance.
Okay.
When COVID hit, we had a lot of time to spend at home. We had a lot of good things that came from COVID. For example, this podcast, okay? Something that we both enjoy doing and truly are ourselves 100% doing.
Yeah.
Like, I know what you say here is what you live by. I know that the things you say, you are okay with them being challenged.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, there's realness. But then there's this caliber of men, and unfortunately, well, I wouldn't even say from where, but there's just this caliber of men that came together and decided we're going to put up podcasts, but they're just generally going to be the ones that are bringing down women. It was just like, women in the century do this. Like, it was just a slander. And it trended for a while. Men like men with podcasts, you know what I'm saying? Like, it just became like them just not talking about anything substantial. They're giving life advice based on their own little life experience. I mean, but you're 21, bro. Like, what do you know? You know what I'm saying? So and they started calling themselves high value men. Okay, and they were talking about they will not date a girl who does this and does this and does this, right? And then you ask them, okay, so what and they started this thing where it was trending for a while. What do you bring to the table? And they were asking women.
I think that was a
while back.
Yeah.
But you see, the problem is there was a group that believed in that so much. It was just like, and if you look it up, there's still some that are existing, by the way. Some of them fell off after COVID.
But I think the same
ended.
applies the opposite direction. There have been women that have been trying to say men, like, I need a man that's tall,
high value.
dark,
No.
high value man. No,
that's
high value.
different. So high value, apparently, according to this man, he's of a high value man. He's maybe 30, has his own place, has his own car, has a good job, and can take care of his. Excuse me, sir, but to me, that's basic life needs.
Yeah.
At 30, you should have that. You know what I'm saying? But they were making it sound like there was no achievement, Sunny. Your basic achievement was life skills and life basic necessities. But they wanted this woman to have a PhD, does not have a child, has not let go of her body. Her hair's always laid, does not wear wigs, does not do on makeup, but she's pretty. But like, there was such unrealistic expectations for what qualifies a woman to be called high value.
So they had, and they were telling other guys that don't go for a woman unless she fits this mold.
Exactly. But then what percentage of these men fit this mold? You see, like, if you look up high value,
there's a good percentage of men that fit this mold,
but not the ones who's talking to on the podcast.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know about this podcast.
Yeah,
but I mean,
I'll
I think
share a
men
few.
that
I'm not here to slander people's podcasts, but like, sometimes you sit and listen, you're like, why would you say that? Like, and I get it. Like I said, disclaimer, we have this platform. We might not know everything. These are just our views.
Yes.
And take it the way you want to take it. You know, just lightly. Don't, it's not gospel truth. Just take it lightly. So there are people who did not take any advice lightly. So there was a trending thing, high value men. But like, it was just basic ass needs.
But then also, I think there's some value in growing together with someone. If you see the characteristics of this so-called high-value man or high-value woman in someone, and you feel like you can grow with them, that's where the true overall connection comes in.
Right.
Yeah.
And I get you. I truly understand that, and I agree. But on the flip side, because these men were talking about these women who have and accomplished like this, I am accomplished like the way you think a high value person should be accomplished. You can't approach me because, well, yeah, my car's in the shop. You don't have a car. You want a ride from me. Yeah, that's a girl I used to know. Like, I'm just crashing at her place. That's your baby mama. You're still living with your baby mama, but you're separate. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you don't match up to what you're asking for.
I think the bottom line in what you're trying to tell me here is the lack of being genuine.
Yes. Oh my God. I spoke so many words for that one word.
So I think, like, people in general, if you are, I think you can be high value without being without having so many possessions.
Right.
And without being rich, or without having so much money.
Yes.
Just in your character and who you are.
And I also think that
And as long as you're who you are and you're genuine.
you're genuine to who you are. I
Yeah.
also think that there are characteristics that you might call high value that are just basic. Like, Sunny, kindness does not make you a high value man.
Mm-hmm.
But there's so many unkind men out there that it separates you from the crowd.
Well,
Does that make sense?
Let me take it back.
Okay.
I think kindness
Mm-hmm.
makes you a high value man. However, having your own house,
Mm-hmm.
having your own car, having your own 6-figure bank account, those things don't necessarily make you a high, because we're talking about value.
Yeah, but I actually think, like, I semi agree, but semi really don't, because we are supposed to be kind, even when you're not rich, when you're not at
Exactly.
your best, when you don't look great. You're supposed to be kind.
So if you are
But that's
kind,
the most basic of necessities for humanity. Like, that's
yeah, but it's like back in the day. Let's take it back to traditional days.
Okay.
Let's just say arranged marriages.
Okay.
In my culture, they did arranged marriages back in the day. In fact, till today, they still do quite
They
a
still
few
do.
arranged marriages
Yeah.
in my generation.
Yeah.
And even probably the next generation.
Yeah, we'll talk more. In fact, I'm ready for one. Your mom is still in India, isn't she?
My mom,
Ah, okay,
my
cool.
mom is in Kenya now.
Oh, she already.
Yeah,
She flew back home.
Yeah.
Okay, so
So
we'll still talk.
in that time, when they were looking for a family
Mm-hmm. Right.
to marry their daughter into, or to the son to marry into, or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
what are the characteristics they look for? Kind, good family, raised in a good household.
Right.
Those are the things they looked for. Now, if they were educated and if they had a good job and
That's
made a good
extra.
money, that's good. But the core of things were, what kind of a family do they come from?
And I'm on the same page with you there.
But-
It's just, are they good people, period.
Yeah, but it's the same thing as you're saying. Like, if these are the characteristics in a high value man or woman, and you're looking for someone kind from a good family, those are the same characteristics, those are the same criteria they were using to look for people back in the
I
day.
feel like we missed each other there. I meant kindness should not be a characteristics that you're looking for when you clarify people as high value or not. Because it should come as a basic life
But
characteristic.
there are unkind people out there.
That's what I'm saying. So the bar is so low to a point, just because you're kind, now I think you're a high value person. But it's supposed to be that. That's
Okay, I
supposed
see
to be
your
the
point.
base. You're supposed to be kind. You're supposed to be polite. Just basic life. I don't know.
Paul, now let me take you back. This story of polite. Because there's a lot of women in my younger day.
Somebody
I have
hurt
come
you
across,
badly, eh?
I've
Why
come
you-
across,
Tell me more.
I've come across this scenario, personally and non-personally.
What the fuck is non-personal?
This gender,
Yo.
this gender does not like polite men.
What do you mean?
Yes,
Sunny, you knowing me as a person, you don't think I like polite people?
I think you like polite people.
Yeah, like
But I'm telling you, there's something. Women want a bad guy, like they want a bad boy.
No.
They want a guy who is a little defiant. They want that thing. Maybe when you get to a certain age, you are like, okay,
No,
now
I don't agree with you, Sunny. I do not agree with you. No, I think people
Nimekuwa
mistake
bad boy ever since standard 2. Nyashinsky stayed.
kupiga watu mateke hadi na ganda ungu. Wait, focus, Sunny.
Yes.
I think there is, and I get that. I won't even lie to you. Some women do. But leave me alone, because I said some. You cannot quantify us in one bowl.
No, not one. Many. Not some. Many.
No, most that I know of don't. They like polite people.
Kwenda, you're lying.
Guy, I'm not. I swear.
No, I'm not saying you don't like polite people. You
No,
like
but
polite people,
I know
but-
a group of people that like polite people. I just think there is a very thin line between a bad boy and you being confident. A lot of men that I've experienced are not as confident in themselves. They lack confidence to come and approach you because probably you are outspoken or whatever. Sindio, don't take that confidence and saying, well, no, I'm polite, so she doesn't like me. No, bitch, you ain't. Man up.
So you're saying it's not the bad boy you're after, it's the confident.
There's like me personally. I have a strong personality. So a meek man, it's not gonna do it for me. I need somebody who got their own. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you stand, I'm already strong. So you be stronger. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got my
I
own.
think sometimes some really good guys get thrown on the sidelines. Historia, they get put on the friend zone.
Yeah.
And they could have been your soulmate.
I don't know, Zani. if friends, you can't friend zone a soulmate, you feel that connection. And I told you,
No,
these
but
witches on
sometimes-
TikTok
no, no, no,
said
no.
the connection is so strong if you encounter your soulmate. Do you follow my witches on TikTok?
Here we go again with this whole the connection, the soulmate stuff, and I'm not following your witches, by the way.
I'm gonna introduce you to a few. It's so good. God, it's so good.
But what you're calling a connection sometimes is this jiggly feeling you get with a man who's coming across as a very...
Generally, men are supposed to be hunters. Where did y'all lose that? No hunter comes to the lion like... No hunter comes to the lion and says that.
No,
you attack. You're strong. You're
I agree.
fearless.
Okay, yes, men
Wait,
attack. They're strong.
and
they're
y'all
fearless.
lost that. And
What
so
do you mean
now
y'all
we're
lost
still
that?
looking for that. You are the same the way you started this podcast. Oh, whatever you can do, I can do better. Now we are having to try and match up your energy. We can't, Sunny. We're tired. I am speaking for all of us women. We're tired of being strong, independent black women. We just want to be strong and independent, but can we not be as strong? Like sometimes we just want to chill, man. Like it's great, but can you take charge sometimes? You know what I'm saying? Like I take charge of my life. I'm 30, 31. Fuck, I'm gonna start getting used to saying that. And this far, I've been doing it by myself. What makes you think you'll come into my life and drastically change it? You know what I'm saying? Come with whatever you have. Let it be stronger than what I have so you can even look attractive to me.
Yeah, so what are qualities that you would say...
So you're saying I put my Hinge profile up. The qualities I'm looking for, Bumble profile up.
Or they ask for qualities in there.
I think some places do, I think. Yeah, I don't invest that much time. I just put one picture, I'll be getting hits.
Okay, just generalizing, I think women will go for this bad boy type and then have a reaction like you're having right now, that I've been in charge my whole life. No one has taken charge. Because
First of all, take that shit back. I am not having a reaction. I'm just saying what you guys don't like to hear.
Oh, which is?
Which is, these women got it. And don't be afraid. Don't let that intimidate you from taking your place as a man. I am freaking sweating. From taking your place as a man just because she got it. Does that make sense?
True.
A lot of
Okay.
men have come
I see your point.
and they're taking the back seat. You know, just because you do this thing so much.
Yeah.
Like I'm getting used to it. Like, she got it. You know what I'm saying? No, take your place as a man.
I see your point there, that it takes a certain kind of a man to be with a strong woman, and it takes a certain kind of a woman to be with a strong man.
Right.
Because
and let me
it goes
say
both
also,
ways. Yeah.
let me also say, being a strong woman does not make you a non-submissive woman.
True.
You know, so there is such a misconception on that. People say, oh, this strong, articulate black women who have gone bachelor of whatever, good jobs, 6 figures, you know, public figures, they're saying, oh, those strong women don't submit. No, just because they're strong doesn't mean they don't submit. That's another thing.
No,
a personality
I don't think I've
trait.
ever thought that about women. Maybe some people
It's a
have.
misconception out
It
there.
could be, yeah. But I think overall, it's just a matter of a connection has to be right, and you have to have the right person.
Right.
Now, how did this go from the differences between men and women
I don't know, you angered me and I'm leaving
to
because I'm hot as
a
hell.
relationship?
Goodbye. I am done. Shit. Oh, bye. You close the podcast, man. Shit. I'm dying.
Hey, my friends, nimeachwa sasa staki maswali. You see, the gender has left me alone. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning into the Sunday Wind Down podcast. Clearly, men can tolerate heat a little better than women, because all this lighting we have over here has created a lot of heat, and the woman has decided to leave. Sorry. The woman is back.
No, I had you talking shit. I was like, I'm not gonna let my gender go down. But yes, thank you so much for watching, you guys. It's hella hot today. Always thank you for tuning in. I don't know. Give us your views on the comment section. I'm sweating. I'm like drenched. I don't know. He's trying to fry me here so that I'm uncomfortable, so that he wins this. But
you see, now it's turned into a competition. Before it was an argument. Before a discussion turned into an argument.
Okay,
now this discussion has turned into a competition. Please.
I'm